Hello there guys, my name is Chris Chaddock's the Born Bot built for Theme Park Newsroom, and welcome to a Theme Park Newsroom update from Michigan's Adventure. Now I never really have done a news update from Michigan's Adventure yet, and it's sort of the first time after talking about that what is the future of Michigan's Adventure video at the end of 2018, that we go into Michigan's Adventure again, so it's nice to sort of talk about it. It is the closure of one of their attractions on August the 11th, we've got the official Instagram post to talk about. But first of all, Q2 stockholders call. We got some information from that. Now I'm going to speak about Canada's Wonderland in a separate video tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But not only that, Michigan's Adventure have announced the closure, and this leads me to believe that there's going to be more than one coaster other than just Kings Island. So basically 100 to 140 million US dollars are going to be invested into Cedar Fair for the 2020 season. That's what came out from the stockholders call. Now take away about 30 to 40 million for Kings Island's Giga and the landscape and the theming with it, so between 30 and 40. So you'd be left with around 100 to 110 million US dollars. Now with that, you can also include water park additions, so that will leave us with about between 90 to 100 million. And also you've got to think about other things as well, like park improvements, general upgrades, things like that. And you don't have to use all the budget, but they said that's around about the budget they're going to be investing into Cedar Fair, and that is excluding the hotels. That doesn't include the hotels for Canada's Wonderland, which has got the green light, and of course Carowinds Hotel as well. So we're going to sort of talk about some of the options, but first of all, here's the Instagram sort of caption that they posted for the closure of Be-Bop Boulevard. So attention Be-Bop Boulevard cruisers, the last day of operation for Be-Bop Boulevard will be Sunday, August the 11th, which is in 3 days' time. Take the last ride on the boulevard this weekend before it is gone forever. So we're going to talk about 3, maybe 4 speculated sort of rumours that are going to be that's been going around for the replacement of Be-Bop Boulevard. So if you look on your screen now, find that is the circled site of Be-Bop Boulevard. It's quite a big site. If you take away maybe that white and blue children's ride sort of next to the track for Be-Bop Boulevard, and maybe that carousel as well, looks to be a carousel from the Google Earth, but we're not too sure about that. But it's like a small ride, another smaller ride, but bigger than the other two at the end. If you include that as well, it's still it's an even bigger site, but it's a big site even without those attractions. So if you look at that site, and let's sort of predict 3 or 4 sort of speculations. So the first 3 are going to be coasters, and the last one is going to be a non-coaster sort of prediction. And then we're going to sort of have a bonus one that I sort of discovered recently. So starting off then with the coasters. Now, again, Michigan's Adventure, they're a low visiting Cedar Fair park, one of the lowest visited Cedar Fair parks. They don't get the most investment for specific reasons, as mentioned in the comment section of the old Michigan's Adventure video from months ago. And basically we're going to sort of discuss what coasters could be added if Michigan's Adventure is one of the parks getting a coaster. Now of course we don't know that for sure, however with that site that big, I think it could be like, it could be possible, don't get me wrong, it won't be, but there's a slight chance next year will be Michigan's Adventure's year for a coaster, and maybe the tide's going to start turning for Michigan's Adventure to start investing. Again, we don't know. I know a big fan of the channel Grobble in the comments down below the Michigan's Adventure video told me the reasons why Michigan's Adventure won't be investing, and I completely understand that. I take that on board with great respect, but you never know. Cedar Fair could turn the tides, you never know. So we're going to sort of talk about the speculations that have been going around recently, from a few different places, forums, news sources, people's other predictions as to what could be replacing it. We've got 3 main coaster additions. Let's go for the first one first. So the first one is an RMC Raptor. Now we believe they could be in for an RMC Raptor Cedar Fair anyway, if they've solved any niggling little problems that they have with Railblazer, which of course was the first Raptor for Cedar Fair at California's Great America, opening 2018. So we could be after one of them maybe. Now I believe, don't correct me on this or don't tell me I'm right or wrong about this, but there was a rumour going around that Raptors only cost 4 million US dollars. Now I don't believe that for a single second, but if it's true, then I don't know why what value wouldn't invest in one, or Drea Manor or someone. but I'm heard it's around $4 million US, which is even less in pounds, which is unreal, absolutely unreal. So if it's true that it's $4 million US for a Raptor, again, that would be great for Michigan's Adventure, a great addition to the coaster lineup. But I don't believe that $4 million price tag for a single second. Now, the second type of coaster that's been talked about is a Gerstlauer Eurofighter. Now, not the Infinity, not like a Hangtime, but just a standard Eurofighter. So I think if Michigan's Adventure was to add a Eurofighter, it would be a clone, in my opinion. I think it would be a clone, maybe something like Rage at Adventure Island, one of the smaller models. The one going into La Recré des Trois Cures, a small French park, for next year. I'm expecting something like a clone of Rage, something like that. Not one of the biggest Eurofighter models, but just something for that site, something that fits right in that site. Now, the third prediction that's been going around is... there's technically two other predictions, but I'm going to put them on the same level because there's still 50-50 between the two as to what's the third best prediction and the fourth best prediction. So we've got a joint third in a way. And that's a Gerstlauer Infinity, like a Hangtime, or a small-scale Woody, like a GCI or a Gravity Group. Now, again, very, very unlikely, but the Infinity Coaster would be brilliant for Michigan's Adventure, and the small-scale GCI or Gravity Group, again, would be brilliant for Michigan's Adventure. Again, it might not be a coaster. It might well not be a coaster. I think if I was to name two other parks that would be most likely to get a coaster next year, talking about coasters, it would probably be Valley Fair and Dorney Park. I think Dorney Park could finally get their GCI, and Valley Fair could get their finally get their B&M invert. But again, it's hard to sort of predict at this stage because you sort of, you know, if Michigan's Adventure was to sort of tease something big for that site, then I think they'd tease it as soon as the ride closes, or they announce it as soon as the ride closes, Be-Bop Boulevard. So, again, looking at those coaster options, the Raptor, the Infinity, the Eurofighter, and the small-scale Woody, I think the most likely option, only because of price tag, if it's true, the $4 million price tag is true, which I believe is the price tag for Railblazer, I'd be going the RMC Raptor route, but I think the most likely route, if they were to add a coaster, would be a Eurofighter, like a Rage clone. Something smaller scale, but still thrilling for the park. Now, in terms of non-coaster related, one thing they could also do with that site, which could hint that they could re-theme those two children's rides and the sort of carousel-looking one from the 2D image, they could invest in a Camp or Planet Snoopy. Now, there have been... I believe Michigan's Adventure doesn't have a Camp Snoopy, from what I know. I think they're one of the only Cedar Fair parks to not have a Camp Snoopy. I'll have to double check that, but I think Camp Snoopy would be a great addition to the park. I think, because I think Camp Snoopy's been an integral part of Cedar Fair. Of course, Planet Snoopy or Camp Snoopy, whatever it's called. And also the good thing is, if they could also re-theme Zach's Zuma in with the Camp Snoopy. So sort of looking then at sort of Camp Snoopy areas, I'm just sort of looking at this now. You know, they're brilliant, you know, areas. It's at Cedar Point, Knott's Berry Farm and Carowinds, and there were former ones at Dorney Park and Worlds of Fun that was replaced by Planet Snoopy. But there are currently Planet Snoopies and Camp Snoopies at Cedar Point, Knott's Berry Farm, Carowinds, Dorney and Worlds of Fun. So Michigan's Adventure doesn't have a Camp or Planet Snoopy, so that would be a brilliant investment for the park. A really good investment. It would be a kids area, which Coaster Enthusiast is a bit sad, but I think it would be a more predictable opinion for Michigan's Adventure to invest in a Planet Snoopy or a Camp Snoopy, whatever they decide to go for. Maybe they're going to go for a different named area. Maybe we're going to go for Snoopy's Worlds. Probably not. But I think it's going to be either a Camp or Planet Snoopy if they go down that road. So I think, just to mention as well, if they go down the flat ride route, I'd like to see an Intamin Gyro, personally. Or maybe something like Lumberjack, which was invested into Canada's Wonderland. or maybe like a Gerstlauer Sky Roller or a Skyfly, kind of like Skyforce at Blackpool Pleasure Beach, or the one at Canada's Wonderland. Either one of those Sky Roller Skyflies from Gerstlauer. That's in terms of the flat ride route, but I really don't see a flat ride at this point. I think it's either going to be a coaster or it's going to be a Planet Snoopy, Camp Snoopy area. So there we go. So that's my predictions there on Michigan's Adventure 2020, replacing that Be-Bop site. It could either be a coaster or it could be a Camp or Planet Snoopy area with the re-theme of 3 of the children's rides at the front and possibly Zack Zuma behind the Be-Bop Boulevard. So there we go. So thank you very much for watching this Theme Park Newsroom update. Make sure you get your predictions for Michigan's Adventure in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe and click notifications bell so you never miss a YouTube video. And for now guys, my name is Coach Chad Donkster Born, but built for Theme Park News. Keep living the coast life, and I'll see you guys in the next video soon. Take care. Have an awesome day, my friends.